just messed up. First day back, I've just jumped in the van. I think the wet belt's just snapped on it. It's under warranty, but I'm just going to have to chuck some stuff in my car and then I'll have to contact Ford. Absolute disaster. I struck the van up, it started, it cut off, and it sounds like an absolute bag of nails. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That van is only 2 years old. It's only done 50,000 miles. So it's definitely under warranty. We've had one of them go before because we've got quite a few of them. And last time they argued about the warranty, but they did end up changing the wet belt. I can't even drive it forward. It won't engage. It won't do anything. It just basically turn it on. Sounds like an absolute bag of nails and it just cuts off. So I had to push it forward, get all my tools out and fit in a cloakroom bathroom thing today. Obviously I can't get any piping, I can't get my steps in, I can't even get the stuff in. So we have got a spare van down the yard, but that probably is not going to start. It's probably going to have no fuel in it. So it's just still messing about. You go out and buy new vans. We've just been out and put 2 brand new ones of them on the road, the new shape ones. So it is disappointing from Ford. We know this is a common issue with the wet belt, so they need to get it sorted. But yeah, they'll do it under warranty, but the last one they had for 3 months, the last one of them vans. So hopefully they're not going to have it 3 months this time, but we'll have to wait and see what they say. I am insured on this on my car for business use as well, before anybody says it, because you have to make sure, because often it's just social, domestic and pleasure, but this is insured for business as well. So yeah, we'll go and get some work done hopefully. Nightmare. So we had another van go last week while I was on holiday. Both vans were delivered at the same time on the same day, and it's the same issue on that one. So that's the wet belt gone. But Ford is saying, when we bought them vans, it was 150,000 miles, 3-year warranty. But the other van's done 104,000 miles. So Ford are now saying they lowered the warranty to 100,000 miles. Which is, I know Ford did this, and Ford always argue we've had no end of issues with this thing. But mine's well within warranty. They haven't even recovered the other vehicle yet. But what I might do this morning is phone the AA and get them to recover it, because I can't drive the van. I don't know, I'll have to sort it. But it's like we said to Ford last week on the phone, if we build you a house and we give you a 10-year warranty, and then as soon as you start seeing things going wrong, we lower it to 2 years, it's not fair. You know, you can't do that. But anyway, that's what they've done. But yeah, it is very annoying. It's just, I don't know if that's coincidental. Like, if I'd have jumped in my van last Monday and I was on holiday, both vans would have gone on the same day. So it is, you know, it is dodgy. And we've had them serviced every year. It's had the non-magnetic oil. Well, Ford serviced them basically, because you need that to do the warranty, and you need the special oil in it, the non-magnetic stuff or whatever it is. I'm not a mechanic, but yeah, it is very annoying. And obviously I probably won't see my van back for 3 months now, because our local Ford won't do them, so you have to take them, well, it's about 60 miles away is the only Ford that do them, and they've got a massive backlog, so it's very bad. But anyway, we'll get some work done anyway. I've got to try and get a bathroom suite in this car. I'll show you this job. I haven't stripped this out. This is the first time I've seen this. We've got no lights in this room either as well. Well, we've got lights, but they don't work. So we're working by torchlight. We've got a unit going in here, so toilet and basin units. It should be fairly straightforward. We'll put a new pan connector on. I'll have to cut this waste pipe back. I'll convert it to solvent weld, because I can't get to it on the other side. We'll clip these pipes in. Oh, it's plasterboard fixings. I haven't got any plasterboard fixings with me, because I haven't got my van. So yeah, I'll have to sort that, and we'll clip these pipes in. Yeah, we'll sort it as we always do, but I'm going to need some fixings for this. Damn it. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't have your van, because it's the first thing that you need that you don't have. Yeah, we'll sort it anyway. I'll probably cut these pipes back here. We'll use soldered fittings behind. Yeah, try and make a neat and tidy job of it. I think it is a solid wall. I don't know why they've used plasterboard fixing. I think it's just dot and dab, but it comes a long way out. So we'll probably get it with some long screws and some plugs. It's only for clips and units, so I would probably use some core fixings on there, but I think we'll get it. Did I put my charger in? That is the question. This is the problem when you're working out of a car, you never know. Well, you've never got everything you need anyway. But at least I've got my battery charger. The lighting had tripped out on the RCD, so I've turned it back on. If it trips out again, I know why they haven't took them off. Because of security. I think I'll have a security bit. Well, not in my van. I keep saying in my van. Why do I keep saying in the van? I probably ain't got one then. I'll just get a flathead in there and get them off. That's what I'm saying, when you ain't got your van. I know I'm going to keep repeating myself today, it's just all these little bits that you don't even think about. No, not the best start back after my holiday, but it's why you shouldn't go on holiday. I always say, never stop. The van still would have broke down, it's just me being stupid really. But you go out and buy new vans, and they break down anyway, so you may as well have old vans. It wasn't my decision to buy Fords. Let's get that old prank connector out of the way. Just it off. I've gone prank connector into prank connector over there. I'll have a look at that in a minute. I might take that other prank connector out. I don't know, we'll see. Let's get that out of the way. And train there, I've got the water off. We'll do whatever these speed fit fits in. We'll put a soldered tee on there. Let's get that out of the way. We'll clip that waste pipe up so it's got a fall. I'll probably convert it to solvent weld because I haven't got any push fit. I don't use push fit anyway. The hot will just clip up. We'll put a soldered elbow down here. And then one of the other lads is bringing the units out, but I'm guessing it's going to be a 600 and a 600. It could be a 5 and a 5. But I can just start clipping some stuff in. It's a long way out, so let's put a bend on that a little bit. But yeah, we'll sort it. At least we've done away with all the push fit, speed fit fitting behind the units there. That's 600, so the centre of our basin, if it's a 300 unit, will be approximately there somewhere. So all we need is a hot, cold and a waste. We'll bring them out at this height, and that should be behind the base unit, behind the backboard in the unit, and then we can just connect it up into the taps then. The last bit of steel wool that I've got. Well, the only bit I've got. We'll be alright. We always are. On the plus side, I had a great holiday. First one in 5 years. I might actually make it an annual event. You know. But no, it was great. Got really lucky with the weather. It was just nice not to feel stressed for a week. I don't know, it's weird. It's just like the whole weight of the world lifts off your shoulders. It's just nice not to have to think about anything. I'm normally up, well, early in the morning, but I was just being able to like sleep until 7 o'clock. I know it's a luxury, but just not having to think about anything or do anything. Just like, yes, it's weird. I liked it, I enjoyed it. And then coming back and the van blowing up. Not great, but we'll be alright, we always are. Just keep going, don't you? No point worrying. Can't do anything about it. What I've done here is I've set that pipe up down that right hand side to the centre of the cistern. So we'll have a service valve on that edge, on that ball valve. What am I talking about today? I can't even get my words out, but yeah, that's set up. So I'll have to get the pipe in behind and then get these units screwed in. So I'll probably just bring a piece up, probably put another service valve on, because that's not going to be very accessible, because you're never going to get a screwdriver in there. And yeah, we'll pipe that bit up once the unit's in, because you have to screw this cistern inside the unit, but we need the pipe work in behind, if that makes sense. So yeah, we'll just run that cold in across, and then we should be able to access this behind the back of the unit. Just bring our pipes out and then connect onto our taps. It should be fairly straightforward. This pipe work doesn't have to be anything special, as long as it's clipped and supported. That's all I'm worried about. The reason I decided to cut the push fit joints out is just because I think it's a better job. We're not disturbing any seals or anything like that. The last thing we want is to put all this back in and then one of the push fit joints leak, and we can only cut it back to a point. I can't get to it where it goes on the other side behind the kitchen units. So if you've not seen these before, they're just a push fit to solvent converter. I know we've still got a push fit joint behind there, but I think that's better than a mechanical to go back to solvent. You can only do what you can do if you can't renew the whole pipe. Right, so we're getting these units set up. What we'll have to do is cut out for the bottom for the drain, and then we'll have to notch out the side for our pipes, for our waste pipe and our cold and our hot. You won't see any of these cuts anyway because they're in the units. This panel pops off. Can't really do it one-handed, and that one lifts off. So if you ever need to access the cistern, it's all accessible from the front, and then the cistern will screw onto this back piece here, but we'll put a block of wood behind to stop the cistern squishing back in. I'll show you what I mean when we get there. So we're just going to get these units screwed in, cut out, and yeah, it should just be a case of sitting the workshop up and piping everything up then. It says this one pops forward. Look at that, look. So I'll pop that one out of the way. We won't need that again until we're done. When you're doing the bottom ones, let's just move that out of the way. Try and do it from the centre, because you're going to be cutting this anyway. So you're not going to see anything behind the pan. So if you did it at the edge, you're probably going to see that. Do it there. You won't see it if you do damage it. So it's just a case of using the jigsaw to cut out. All I'm going to do is a notch. The pipes, the waste pipe one will have to come out a little bit more. Something like that anyway. I'll just carefully cut that skirting board off, because I don't want the unit leaving a gap down the side, so that should leave a nice neat finish there. Just need a little bit more out there. There should go. There we go. Something like that anyway. And then we just need to make sure that's level and plumb, because if not, the next one will not fit in. Here, once I pack under at that end. Yeah, we'll just get that levelled up, screwed in. It's not bad for plumb, a little bit out. So yeah, get that one screwed in, get the cistern in, and get the basin one in. We can get the worktop dropped on top then. So it's just a case of screwing the units in nice and solid and level, getting the next one cut in. We do have to be a little bit careful not to mark the right hand side, the left hand side. So we'll put this unit on some polystyrene before we cut it. This one didn't matter because you don't see any of it anyway, but yeah, just careful not to scratch that side. I've messed up slightly, but nothing critical. I've set it up for 600, they're actually 500 units. It's because they didn't have the stuff when I started the measurements, but I'm not making excuses, I should have checked. So I can just move that hot pipe across. The problem I've got with this one, you can't take the back out of it. So I'm just looking, normally you get a service boy behind, but this one you don't. So I'm just looking at what I'm going to do with the pipes anyway. Obviously the design's come straight through the back, we've got them running across. But generally on these furniture ones, they give you like an inch and a quarter, inch and a half wood behind. But we've not got that luxury on here, and I can't get this back out. I might be able to get it out. If I get that back out, it's not an issue, I'll just notch it, and then I can always bring the back forwards. Don't know how have a look at it, I'll sort it. I've had to cut the back to get it out. What I'll have to do is I'll have to make a Trespa back for it. You'll not see it when we're done, but it is annoying because normally you get a service board behind. So all I have to do is notch this now. The new back will have to fit slightly forward, and then I'll just have to whip the shelf down. And that's all you can do. The trouble is the way that's been constructed, it was pinned through the bottom, so you'd never get that shelf out because it's obviously fixed through the side and then fixed in the bottom. So without, well, ripping the whole unit to pieces, you'd never get it out. So I had to cut it. I had to cut it in half. It is what it is. I'll get over it. I can get over anything. It's just obviously just have to come back and do that. But it is what it is. We'll sort it. We'll sort it. So these are the brackets for the cisterns. You want to get your cistern as high as you can in the unit. So we're going to be screwing that somewhere there. If you don't get it high enough, you can't always get your flush pipe in. It makes it a nightmare at the bottom. What you want to do, because that is packed out that much, you want to put a packer behind that cistern to stop it rocking. Otherwise your flush pipe, well, A, you don't want your cistern rocking anyway, and B, it can wiggle out your flush pipe if you're not careful. It doesn't have to be anything special. Literally that screwed to the wall will stop that cistern rocking backwards, and that'll be enough to do it. They have actually sent that weird tap connected thing. Sometimes you do really struggle to get a service valve, bent service valve, so it's the first time I've seen them say, I am going to use a bent service valve on this one because we've got enough space. But as I say, what I'll probably do is cut a standard isolator on that pipe, because you're not really going to be able to get to that massively easily. So yeah, we'll get this system screwed in and we'll start to get this pan done. Just make sure that fits and screw back this on. Yeah, that'll be right. As I say, you want to stop that cistern from doing that. So that's what we do. Just take the movement out of it. It is weird having two go within a week of each other. They were both bought at the same time from the same dealership, so it does make you wonder if the belts have just got to the same age and they've just both gone. So I'm not a mechanic or anything like that, but I know the wet belts is a common thing, and that's why Ford lowered the warranty, which is, I think, should be illegal anyway. You can't give something a warranty and then lower it when you know you've got a problem with something. I think it's disgusting, really. As you can see, that's why we put a separate isolator on, so it's easily accessible. I basically just use the other one as a tap connector, but yeah, it works. So I'm just going to get this worktop bedded in now. All we're going to do is just run some silicone around very carefully, and then this will just sit on, go all the way around. Good squidge, you don't have to go crazy, it'll stick it. Stiction's the most powerful force in the world. It's not really, I just made that up. It sounded good, didn't it? It sounded like I knew what I was doing. When you're putting these flexi tails in, you only need them hand tight. Don't put any grips or any wrenches or anything like that on the tails. There's just no ring inside that seals. So don't think, sometimes they feel a bit loose, but it's completely normal. It's one of them things when you're an apprentice or something like that, if you've never done them before, it seems like a stupid question to ask. And don't forget to put your base plate thingy or bobby on, because it won't be the first time and it won't be the last. And then just your washer, and then we can put the tap in. It's controversial, but this is how I do my waste. It's just silicone on top. With this one we need to make sure, because it's only got a small slot at the back, that one of them slots for the waste, for the overflow, lines up. see if we can do it without covering myself in silicone. Just drop that through. Silicone underneath. I normally take that chrome bit off, but that'll wipe off in a second. And I just use a nylon washer wherever I put it underneath. I don't use the rubber ones because they tend to slip out, so just silicone around there, nylon washer on, and then my bang up, and that will never leak. I know people will moan at me for doing it like that, but you can still get them out if you ever need to change them. It's worse when they're behind a pedestal, to be honest with you, but I've always used silicone on mine, and I've been back to change. I have been back and changed them, you can always get them out. Yeah, just do them how you do them, do them how you want, but make sure they don't leak. Beautiful. What I'm going to do is file these edges flat, so the flexi, when we put the flexi on, it doesn't cut into the washer. I know you can get the flat face service valves, but I haven't got any, well, in my car today, so that'll be fine just like that. So we'll get them service valves level so it looks a little bit better, and the waste, we've just got a P-trap which will go straight into there. Don't go crazy, you need to use a bit of dust. And it. Moment of truth, should be alright. It's when the old toilet used to be filled with hot water. We can still get to it anyway. I only took it for granted that the old one was cold, but I will fill the waste and everything up to overflow, just to make sure, but it should be alright. I don't even know if I can get this. This pan is so tall. It's nearly, the flush pipe is nearly above the height of the cistern. I can probably lift the cistern a little bit. I mean, it means repiping it, but I don't know, normally if you set them like that, you're fine. The trouble is, if you lift them too much, you can't get the stuff out. I don't know why that pan, well, it is a tall one. I see, I might just be able to sneak it in. It's only a case of now cutting the panel, marking these L brackets on the floor, screwing it in through the side. Already put a new pan connector on, but yeah, I can't believe that. That's flipping ridiculously high. Well, you're never going to get that even if you lift the cistern to the top. The pan does say tall on it. I'm not sure why they've sent a tall one out. I'll have to ring the supplier and find out, but literally, it needs to be there. It can't be done. You're never going to get that flush pipe in there. I'll try and find out what's going on. You're going to be all the way up there by the time, I know the flush pipe goes in there, so to the top of that, you're going to be, it's going to be higher than the unit. And the problem is, if you lift them too high, you can't get the stuff out of them to work on them. You can't even lift them up. So I don't know, I've rung up the supplier and find out what's going on. They're going to ring me back in a minute. Trouble is, I can't even get that in my car. The air's been out to my van now as well, and the van won't even start, so they're going to recover it, but I've told them I need all the stuff off it first, because I ain't going to see that van for 3 months. I know I'm not, so obviously Ford need to be giving me a courtesy vehicle, really. So that looks a bit better, doesn't it? So that's a standard height pan, but if we have had to shorten it right down to the knuckle, in theory it could go a little bit higher as well. But we've got a slight fall, so no water's going to sit in the flush pipe, so that's perfect. So all we need to do now is cut the panel around the shape of the pan. The reason we use a flexi, A, is because the drain is offset, and B, it makes life so much easier. What I do also with the panel is slot it so you can lift it up so we can check for leaks. If you drill a hole in it, it means you're struggling, you can't get full access. So this panel will just lift off, and we can check for leaks and everything before we fit the pan in. So yeah, we've just got a bit of joinery to do, and that's pretty much it. So that line there, which I'm being ever so faint with, is the top, so we've got to cut inside of that. So what I generally do is draw all the way around the pan, is we can't cut anything past that line. So as long as we are, sort of the flush pipe is quite close to the top, but we just cut that out and that'll be perfect for us. Oh, I've just messed up. I drew around the panel, but it's got a plinth on it, hasn't it? So it's obviously, it should have been there. I've cut it too high. I've never done that before. It's because the pan was wrong. I'm worried about my van, I'm stressed. Idiot. I have to order another one. I can still get everything fitted, but, and the panel, will the panel slide in without, well, if I have to take the pan back out, I'll have to take the pan out, but it should slide in when the top comes out. What an idiot. I can't believe it. That's a complete schoolboy error, that is. I'm so annoyed with myself. I need to cut 85mm off that flush pipe, and that'll be right for that. Pan connector will go on, and then I've just got their button to cut in there. I'm probably not, yeah, I will screw the pan down, it's just the L brackets. I'm probably not going to film anymore because I'm so annoyed with myself, it's unreal. What an idiot, what an idiot you are. That's what it shouldn't look like. Obviously that's the depth of the plinth that I forgot to allow for. You can still access the service valve through this side. It is all piped up now. So connected in. What I'm going to do is just mark around the brackets, whip the pan back up, get the L brackets fitted on the floor, get it screwed in. I can get that panel out without taking the pan back out anyway. But I cannot believe I've done that. I'm just going to get this filled up, get it flushing. We'll make sure the water level is correct. Why is it not filling back up? You are going to fill back up. The good thing about doing it like this is you can get your hand behind it, you can make sure you've got no leaks on any of your connections, get your hand right in. Everything is bone dry. So yeah, pretty much done, apart from my mess up. We're just getting the toilet seat fitted, and I'll have to come back next week anyway to put a new back piece in there and fit this back panel. But apart from that, it's all done. As I say, it doesn't matter how many jobs you do and how long you've been doing this job, it's so easy to make a mistake. But yeah, we all mess up, and I say, I can't remember the last time I made that mistake, or if I've ever made that mistake with the back to wall pan, but yeah, it's easy done when you're stressed under pressure, things are going wrong, you've got the wrong bits, you haven't got a van. It is what it is, nobody's been hurt, it's an easy one to get over. I've ordered a new panel, it's about 40 quid, and I'll get the job sorted. So yeah, in the grand scheme of life and everything else, it's nothing. So yeah, probably end the video there. So thank you so much for watching. Catch you all next time.